trespass lawful. You want to be king, Uber? Kill me, and you are king. What kind of king abandons his people? What are you waiting for?
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. So I like to study my heroes. I like to study people that were innovators and creators and changed the country and changed it for the better. And one of those people is Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is still with us. Many of the people I really idealize are from bygone generations. So it's really instructive and interesting to see how Elon Musk handles big-time stressors. Like, for instance, the biggest media company on Earth deciding that they're not going to advertise on your platform, causing, of course, immense financial and potential media damage to the X platform that Elon Musk purchased. Here's how Elon responded to Disney Corporation saying they're no longer going to respond on X.
There's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You don't want them to advertise?
No. If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself. Go f*** yourself. Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob. It's so good. It's so great. And there's so much meme energy with Elon Musk, and every advertising. So many of these advertising platforms have come back. I don't know if Disney's actually come back to the platform yet, but so many platforms have come back. This is not a video of all of the advertisers who've returned to X. We are a proud X advertiser, by the way. This is a video of Brazil. And it sort of brings us to this instructive point of how Elon Musk handles crises. Now, this is a crisis, but a very good one. This was a huge anti-government protest in Brazil a few weeks ago. Hardly any coverage, but it went viral on X. Is this why Brazil is going after the X platform? Elon Musk, of course, responding, wow, to this. Ladies and gentlemen, what happens when there's a bunch of patriots who protest the evil crimes of our governments? Well, first thing, you start throwing their leaders in jail. Brazil's Jair Bolsonaro, who was the president of Brazil, and a great president of Brazil, by the way, is barred from running for office until 2030, of course. You know, because of democracy or something, ladies and gentlemen. And now, how the people can coordinate and communicate with each other to support someone, a populist like Bolsonaro. They use social media platforms these days. So now the government's going to crack down on that. And that's precisely what's happening with Elon Musk. Brazil judge opens inquiry into Musk after refusal to block accounts on X. Isn't this remarkable? A standoff between Elon Musk and Brazil escalated on Sunday when the Supreme Court judge opened an inquiry into the billionaire after Musk said he would reactivate accounts on social media platform X that the judge had ordered blocked. How can a judge order a individual, a person, and I know many of these accounts, right, that the judge ordered blocked, some of them are people that we followed, some of them are guests of the show, some of them are people who live in America. So a Brazilian judge is saying you're not allowed to post on this free speech platform, even if you live in America. How the hell is that supposed to work? Musk, the owner of X, a self-declared free speech absolutist, has challenged the decision by Judge Alexandre de Moraes, ordering the blocking of certain accounts. He said that X, formerly known as Twitter, would lift all the restrictions because they were unconstitutional and called on Moraes to resign. Neither Musk, X, or Brazilian authorities have disclosed which social media accounts were ordered blocked. X first posted about the order block on Saturday, but it was not immediately clear when the order was issued. Moraes is investigating the digital militias. Look at that. Isn't that amazing, the framing? Look at that. Digital militias, okay? This is next, right? This is the next era in the cyber warfare. This is the next PSYOP. Digital militias that have been accused of spreading fake news and hate messages during the government of former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro. Amazing how they always say far-right. They never use the moniker far-left. They never do. They never use the moniker far-left. So the guy that replaced Bolsonaro, his name's Lula, and he is a literal Marxist. I mean, he's a truly corrupt, evil, vicious socialist. But they never would say far left about this guy. Musk, in an X post on Saturday evening, accused Moraes of brazenly and repeatedly betraying the Constitution and the people of Brazil. So what do? they're going to come after Elon Musk. They're going to try and say that Elon Musk is a criminal. And they're going to try and fine X into oblivion. This is the new tactic out of the playbook. And it's directly from Marx. It's directly from Stalin. This is just straight up communism. Brazilian Supreme Court, Alexandre de Moraes, has opened an inquiry into Elon Musk and X for obstruction of justice and incitement to crime. Actually, these exact same charges they're using against Donald Trump right now. Democrats are going to turn Elon Musk into Republican George Soros. Just watch. Yeah, that's exactly right. I said this morning, after reviewing all of this, Democrats are using Brazil and the EU as proxies to destroy Elon Musk and X. Democrats don't have the balls to try and do it here, or there are enough rules in place in this country to stop them, I think. Democrats are outsourcing the targeting of Americans that they disagree with politically to other corrupt nations. What does that say about the Democrat Party? They hate Americans, and they will do anything for power. Ladies and gentlemen, this headline tells you everything. Look at the way the news is covering this. Brazil's Supreme Court is investigating the dissemination of fake news on X and alleged obstruction of his power. Don't look at the fake news that was disseminated out of our own FDA over the last couple of years. The fake news that comes from Joe Biden's administration. No one's investigating that. No, but the fake news on X is, of course, the existential problem in the whole country, in the world. This is a despicable act against the American entrepreneur and is coordinated and cheered on by corporate media and the Democrats. I'm trying to radicalize Elon Musk. I will straight up say it. I will admit to you exactly what I'm trying to do here. I wish to radicalize Elon Musk. Elon Musk should put his money where his mouth is, and he should just straight up start turning into George Soros of the right. He should turn into George Soros, not of the right, but of like populists and freedom-minded people, and fund races and like put down like mile markers and declare and support people who are going to lead to furtherance of freedom and the furtherance of human flourishing and not Marxism. So how the hell can a foreign government go after an American entrepreneur and an American business in this way? Isn't this what the American State Department is all about? Who's going to create businesses here in America anymore if our State Department allows rogue, psychotic judges to do this kind of stuff? A foreign government should never feel bold enough to go after a U.S. citizen for political reasons, no matter what party the U.S. citizen aligns with. The fact that Brazil feels like they can go after Elon Musk is an indictment of Biden and the Democrats. They own this. So true. It's so true. Here's this son of a the judge, and here is the communist leader of Brazil right now. Brazil is currently hours away from total police state. The Attorney General of Brazil, Jorge Meneses, along with Justice Alexandre Moraes and President Lula, are calling for Elon Musk to shut down popular accounts they're shutting down on X. Elon Musk has refused to cave, stating that free speech is paramount. Justice Moraes has been in contact with internet providers so they can be ready to shut down X as soon as the decision is made. How is it in 2024 a society can so openly fall into fascism? What happens to freedom, and how are we letting this happen? These men should be thrown into jail at a minimum. That's exactly right. Here's Dr. Simon Godek, somebody that we followed for a long time, who lives in Brazil and is talking about this right now. Obviously of great importance if you're actually living in this country. Moraes censored free speech and suspended the accounts of political opponents and journalists on X. Elon Musk objected to this, and the judge threatened to arrest the Brazilian employees of his platform. X will most likely be shut down for Brazilians by tomorrow, and the use of VPNs will be penalized. Brazil is a quasi-dictatorial leftist state. Lula and Moraes, these two guys right here, these are the jackass communist leaders of Brazil, must be impeached before it's too late. We won't bow to them. They are not above the Brazilian constitution. I mean, again, there's a great quote from Jordan Peterson about totalitarianism and the nature of the totalitarian. And this guy, like totally, completely evil. I mean, look at this guy. It's straight out of a horror film. This person. Look, this is a real photo. This is not AI. This is a real photo of this judge. Totalitarians will go as far as you let them until you say stop, until you hit back, until you say stop. The totalitarian will move and encroach on you and push on you and will take your freedoms until you say no, right? Until there are penalties to that. And this is the way it always works with human nature. This is the way that power works with human nature. This is the dude who just opened an investigation into Elon Musk for obstruction of justice in Brazil. LARPing as Darth Vader, I guess, or Voldemort, I think. Yeah. He's a supervillain who has taken Brazil hostage. The country is on the verge of sliding into authoritarian dictatorship. Now our only hope lies in the military or substantial national or international pressure. Please pray for us, says Simone Godek, who's an awesome doctor who fled to Brazil, actually, during COVID, due to the censorship in the European Union. I will state, just for a fashion, just as a note here on fashion, these globalists really don't hide much when it comes to their evil plans, because they do literally dress like evil villains out of a Bond film. Here's our own Secretary of Defense. I do find it curious that our Secretary of Defense and our CIA and our State Department all went down to Brazil for the elections. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that a very curious thing? Do we do that for every country's election? That's a little strange, isn't it? Yeah. Elon Musk said it the best. What I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. F them, right? Yes, exactly.
And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. F them.
And it looks like Elon Musk is battling back, the battle for the future of civilization. Free speech is lost. Tyranny is all that lies ahead. Elon Musk saying absolutely yes. Elon Musk is not backing down. Elon Musk is saying that coming shortly, X will publish everything demanded by Alexandre and how those requests violate Brazilian law. The judge has brazenly and repeatedly betrayed the constitution of the people of Brazil. He should resign or be impeached. Shame on this man. Wow, and this seemed like 53 million people. That flew. Have we been blocked yet? No. Okay. So this is the dude's account. This is the look at it. They don't even try and hide it. The guy looks like Voldemort. I mean, he looks just like Voldemort. Lex Luthor, whatever. Pick the bad guy from whatever generation you want. The bad guy. What a sick bastard. We are fighting. We are asking people, obviously, to fight with Elon Musk, obviously to defend free speech. There's a reason why they're going after Musk. And there's a reason why they don't want people to be able to speak freely in Brazil. And I can show you, actually, that reason right here. This is why. This is what happens when people are allowed to speak freely. Look at this. Look at the number of people protesting against the federal government there in Brazil. I mean, is it the number in the millions? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be. We asked Byron Donalds about this issue on our show today. Very powerful member of Congress. Many say that he'll serve in the Trump administration, or he'll be governor of Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, he said that the federal government has an obligation to defend people, entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, and we agree. So shifting to somebody who obviously really respects Trump's social media posting game and has said so many times, Elon Musk confronting some cases now out of Brazil, which I think is quite fascinating, because what you have is you have a government that is targeting an American entrepreneur, targeting somebody who works an enormous amount, has top security clearances, works an enormous amount with our military to keep America safe, designs and obviously builds one of the greatest entrepreneurs in history, maybe the greatest entrepreneur in history, somebody who's should be protected by our laws and should be protected, obviously, by our politics, because he's provided so much for the country and done so much for the country. Yet here we have what's seemingly leftists and Democrats and the corporate media are cheering for a rogue judge in Brazil now going after Elon Musk because he's trying to uphold freedom of speech. Is there any measure in Congress? I've seen a number of your colleagues up on X talking about this and saying how they support Elon. Is there going to be any motion in Congress to look into this? It seems like the first thing our State Department should be doing is protecting innovators like Elon Musk from these type of attacks internationally.
You would assume that's what the State Department is supposed to be doing, but they're too busy being a special pleader for Hamas and for the Iranians right now. That's frankly what the State Department's doing, and it's disgusting. First, with what's going on in Brazil with this judge, I hope Elon continues to stand up to this fool, Because look, I get it. It's Brazil. It's not the United States. We have the best legal system in the world. One of the reasons why so many people come to America to do business. And I know that the Biden administration and their crazy tactics are trying to unwind that. But this mess that's happening in Brazil is no different than the mess that's happening in New York City. Let's just be perfectly honest about it. And so, you know, Elon's going to do whatever he's got to do. Our State Department should be there. I believe in the new administration, the State Department will be there to do everything that it can to make sure that in Brazil, in our hemisphere, that American entrepreneurs are allowed to, you know, speak freely. And it's not that he was trying to do something to undermine Brazil's government. It wasn't that. It's that he had people on the platform speaking freely. And if people aren't allowed to speak freely, then America does have something to say about that, especially when it's in our hemisphere. In our hemisphere, we need to be very serious about these things. The radical left, and I mean the ultra radical left, the communists, the fascists that are occupying far too many countries in our hemisphere. This is a long-term strategic issue for the United States, and we need to be mindful about this going forward because the Chinese are very mindful about it. It's one of the reasons why you have these fascistic communist nations starting to pop up more and more in South America. We got to put a stop to that using our power, using our our leverage on these countries, because what we want is a democratic institution in our hemisphere. We don't want it to be top-down authoritarian. We don't want it going after our entrepreneurs, our business owners, or frankly, our people. Because if this judge will do this to Elon Musk, what will he do to any other American who just happens to be on holiday in Brazil?
That's exactly right. Microsoft, Apple, Boeing, whoever, whatever, whoever's next, they'll do this to an American. It just seems like a national security threat. It seems like such a true threat to the country if a foreign judge could just start coming after our best innovators. And an American company, Twitter, like X, is an American company, and yes, Elon Musk is an American, and they're specifically targeting him for free speech. It seems so.
They're targeting him because whoever on the platform is calling them out, and he's allowing it to happen. That's the entire purpose of X, And so look, at the end of the day, you got to stand up to this kind of stuff. Like I said before, these people are bullies. You cannot acquiesce to them. You cannot say, "Oh, okay, well, because this is how you feel, then we're going to go ahead and follow your crazy logic." You cannot do that. You have to stand for what is right. Elon Musk is standing for what is right. The American government should stand behind him 100%. Now, I know they're too busy trying to figure out how to get humanitarian aid into the hands of Hamas. And that's really unfortunate for where our country is right now. But America's principle when it comes to dealing with other nations is we protect Americans everywhere they are, regardless of their stature, regardless of their business, the nature of their business, as long as it's not something that violates law and frankly violates, the natural order of human beings. But if you're just doing business, our government has responsibility to stand behind you. Yeah. That's what this government needs to be doing immediately.